Welcome back to my channel. Friends, you must remember this Jumanji movie that we all watched in our childhood. There have been other parts of Jumanji, but today we will narrate the story of the very first movie. The movie begins by showing the time of 1869. Two boys are shown burying a chest in a jungle and then leaving. The next scene shows 1969 with Alan Parrish, who escapes some bullies and enters his father's factory. There, he meets his friend Carl Bentley, who shows him his prototype shoe. When Alan's father Sam arrives, Alan quickly puts the shoe aside. Alan's father then scolds him and sends him out of the factory. The shoe gets caught in a machine, which ends up breaking it. Carl takes the blame for the accident, causing him to lose his job. Outside the factory, the same bullies beat Alan up and took away his bicycle. Alan hears a strange tribal drumbeat and follows it to an old building, where he finds the Jumanji board game. He brings the game home. Alan is looking at the game when his mother enters the room, so he hides the game. Then, Alan and his father argue about Alan going to boarding school. His father says, "Our ancestors have attended that school, so you will go there too." Alan believes that his father doesn't love him and just wants to get rid of him. He feels very hurt and angry. After his parents leave, Alan begins packing to run away from home. During this time, his friend Sarah comes to return his bicycle. He starts talking to her and shows her the game he found in the building. On the side of the game, it says that those who play it will leave their world behind to explore a new one. Sarah says she doesn't want to play. When they throw the dice onto the board, it counts as Sarah's turn. Her avatar moves and a riddle appears. Sarah tells Alan to throw the game away. During this, Alan mistakenly takes his turn, and the game says, until someone rolls a 5 or 8, Alan will remain stuck in the jungle. Suddenly, Alan begins to get pulled into the game, and swarms of bats attack Sarah. She runs away from the house. The scene then shifts to 26 years later, when Peter and Judy, after losing their parents in a car accident, move in with their Aunt Nora to the Parrish mansion. The mansion has been closed for many years, as rumors spread that Alan's parents had killed him and buried him in the mansion. One day, after their aunt leaves, Peter and Judy hear the same tribal drum beats.
Hello?
They follow the sound to the attic where they find the Jumanji game. They start playing. When it's Judy's turn, giant mosquitoes appear. After getting rid of the mosquitoes, Peter takes his turn and monkeys invade the house, causing chaos. They read the game's rules and find out that everything will return to normal once the game ends. Not wanting their aunt to see the mess when she comes home, the siblings decide to continue the game. Peter rolls a 6 and a lion appears. As they try to escape the lion, a wild man locks it in a room. It turns out that this wild man is none other than Alan, who was released from the game when Peter rolled a 5. The siblings are scared of Alan at first, but then he excitedly runs around the house calling for his parents. He soon discovers that they no longer live there. Alan is heartbroken to find out that his parents are gone. As he leaves the house to search for them, a police car pulls up. The cop becomes suspicious of Alan, but Judy tells the cop that Alan is her uncle. Just then, the monkeys steal the cop's car and he runs after them. Alan then visits the factory, where he learns that his parents had died. They search for him everywhere and spent all their money trying to find him, even risking the factory. Some people believe that his father had killed him and buried him in the house, but Alan learns that his father did everything he could to find him. In the end, the pain of losing Alan led his parents to pass away. Alan visits his parents' grave, and Peter and Judy invite him to stay with them. He tidies himself up, and Peter and Judy ask for his help to finish the game and restore everything to normal. They all start playing again, and Alan stays with them. When Judy rolls a 6, but her avatar doesn't move, Alan realizes that it's the same game he started as a child. They now need Sarah's help to finish it. They go to Sarah's house, but she faints from shock upon seeing Alan. Sarah had believed that Alan had died, and though she told people what happened that night, no one believed her. Since then, she has been receiving psychological therapy. Alan brings her back to the house and explains everything. Sarah refuses to play the game, but Alan tricks her. When she tries to hand Alan the dice, he lets go, causing the dice to fall on the board, making it her turn. Suddenly, carnivorous plants start overgrowing around the house, and one of the plants grabs Peter by the leg. The group works together to save Peter from the deadly plant. Sarah, terrified, tries to run away, but the others convince her that the only way to make things normal again is to finish the game. Sarah is scared that she'll get stuck in the game like Alan did, but Alan reassures her, saying that this won't happen because they won't stop playing the game. When Alan takes his turn, a hunter named Van Pelt comes out and starts firing at him. Alan runs out of the house where the cop is returning after saving his car from the monkeys. Van Pelt fires at the cop, giving Alan a chance to escape back into the house. During Judy's turn, a stampede of animals comes rushing in and the group tries to escape. The animals leave, but a pelican grabs the game in its beak and flies away. The group chases the pelican to the river. Alan tries to lure the pelican with fish to get the game back, but the game falls into the water and drifts out of reach. Peter bravely swings from a tree branch and grabs the game. Meanwhile, Van Pelt is hunting Alan. The cop arrests Alan, but before leaving, Alan tells the group to continue playing the game. Peter, desperate to finish the game, cheats, causing him to start transforming into an animal. Alan talks to the cop and realizes that the cop is actually Carl. Sarah and the children return to the town and find it in chaos, with animals running wild and the town in ruins. People are running for their lives. Van Pelt steals the game from Peter, and the group follows him to a store. They spot the game on a table and try to grab it, but it turns out to be a trap set by Van Pelt. Peter bites Van Pelt, giving Sarah a chance to grab the game. A fight breaks out between the group and Van Pelt as they try to reclaim the game. Carl arrives at the store, and Alan hears this and rushes to the store with him. Van Pelt is about to kill the group when Alan crashes his car into the store, causing Van Pelt to flee. Alan takes everyone back to the mansion, and Carl stays behind to fix the car. Outside, Aunt Nora arrives and asks Carl for a lift, but a fast-growing tree attacks the car and pulls it into the jungle. Alan and the group run back to the mansion. Inside, they find that the house has turned into a jungle. On Sarah's turn, it starts raining, causing the house to flood. The floodwater brings dangerous crocodiles into the house. The group climbs onto a chandelier to escape, but Sarah falls into the water. Just as a crocodile is about to eat her, Alan risks his life to save her. Outside, Nora and Carl are swept away by the flood. After the water drains from the house, the group returns to the attic to continue the game. On Alan's turn, he starts sinking into the ground. Sarah tries to help him, but her hands also get stuck. Judy and Sarah take their turns, and giant spiders appear. To escape the spiders, Peter rolls the dice, and the house splits into two. Alan hangs from a tree trunk to grab the game. Just as Alan is about to take his final turn, Van Pelt arrives and points a gun at him. Alan throws the dice, and it lands on 3. Alan wins the game, and everything that came out of the game starts disappearing. Alan and Sarah are transported back to the moment they started the game as children. Alan emotionally reunites with his father and apologizes for his mistakes. He explains that it wasn't Carl's fault the machine broke, it was his. Then, Alan and Sarah throw the game into the water. Later they get married, and Sarah is expecting a child. On Christmas, they meet Peter and Judy. Alan convinces their parents to cancel their trip, saving their lives. He also offers them jobs, and this is where the movie ends. So friends, how did you like today's video? If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you can get more videos like this.